That is, dude, this one is weird. Remember the lighting here is inverted? So the sky is dark and the object was light, is what you're saying. And you can see the chemtrail on the back. I'm kidding about chemtrail. It's definitely a trail of something. Some kind of propulsion. We're going to go into the actual files. We're going to go into the FBI files, the officially released ones for aliens tonight. That's what we're doing. I heard that this is a thing. I have no idea if this is, you know, correct, if this is overblown, if it's BS. Don't know yet. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out. Pentagon on Friday, according to CNN, released what it says are never-before-seen files on UFOs after the president directed the agency to do so earlier this year. The batch of files outlines various investigations of reported sightings of unidentified aerial phenomena that span decades. Aliens before Epstein? Yeah, basically. Well, no, we've read the Epstein files on stream. The Epstein files exist and we see them. That's the craziest part. Now, the real problem is that no one's been prosecuted from the Epstein files. That's the problem. But, like, we've seen all kinds of crazy shit. Epstein was on, you know, freaking, we've seen Epstein's freaking Halo logs. The fact that he got banned from Xbox Live. That's the weirdest part. It's so crazy to see these conspiracy theories all turn out to be true, like in the span of the last 3 years. That is the craziest part to me, man. All right, anyways, the American people can now access the federal government's declassified UAP files instantly. The department wrote on X, referring to unidentified anomalous phenomena, the modern term for UFOs. One of my favorite jokes, by the way, is where did the term UFO come from? An old man is... This is a joke, by the way. This is completely a joke, but it's a good joke. This is a joke all the way back from... I'll tell you where it's from afterwards. So the term UFO comes from a guy who's like an old man. He's like a farmer or something. He sees like a bright light in the sky, and he's just trying to like enjoy his moonshine on the deck. He looks up, he says, "You! Fuck off!" UFO. That's the joke. It's an old Johnny Carson joke. When I was a baby, my mom would watch Johnny Carson, so yeah. Anyways, the latest UAP videos, photos, and original source documents from across the entire United States government are all in one place. No clearance required, which is good because none of us have clearance. The Defense Department said it will be releasing new materials on a rolling basis as they are discovered and declassified, with tranches posted every few weeks. So we can keep this going and look up new alien files every few weeks right here. Holy shit. You guys, make sure to sub to the YouTube if you have not already, if you want to see more information. If they're going to release new alien files, I will cover every few weeks the release of new alien files. That sounds so fun. Okay, let's see. The Pentagon said some of the materials were previously released by the FBI, but the versions made public on Friday had fewer redactions. This was the case with a large FBI file containing hundreds of pages describing eyewitness testimonies and public reports of the UFOs between 1947 and 1968. Other files made public Friday, as in today, had much more recent observances. Dude, what the fuck is this? This is Africa 2025. Oh, dude, we're going to start with this one. What are we looking at here? Where's the alien? I don't know what the alien is here. Maybe, I hope they have video. Do they have video? They better have video. Oh, shit, these are the files. Chat, this is the files. These are the files. Oh, just link to them. So these are like the old ones. These are the ones starting in 1947. I'll link this in chat if you guys want to look it up later on. It'll be also in the description on the YouTube video if you're watching this on YouTube. Priest finds whirring disc in yard and holds it for FBI. Oh, so the FBI has this. So these are like not your... These are not just like random just dudes or whatever. This is like, you know, the ones that have actually been examined by the FBI and stuff. So this is when like some random guy says he found a UFO, and then like the Men in Black come and take the UFO, and then they like send it to Area 51. That's kind of fucking crazy. Oh my god. And this is 185 pages. I just want to see if there's like any pictures later on. We're going to look at the... Because, you know, a friend told me about this. One of my Twitter friends. And they were like, no, dude, there's videos, there's pictures, there's all kinds of like stuff. And like, I mean, to be fair, my buddy is really into aliens. And so, you know, maybe he's just extremely excitable about it. But yeah, we're going to be, came up as a blank page. It's a PDF. Oh, Lana, it might be because you're on your phone. Yeah, this is a PDF file. So this is a giant PDF. All right, anyways, but we'll look up the files here. The files include internal military memos describing one possible UAP in Iraq in 2022. And also Syria in 2024. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Okay, so this is just a report. There are also recent reports from U.S. troops in the UAE and Greece. The Pentagon website where the new documents are posted contains a disclaimer saying that descriptive and estimative language in these military memos reflect subjective interpretation. Obviously, it's a guy reporting on it as opposed to a picture or a video. The files also include reports from astronauts aboard the Apollo 12 mission in 1969. So these are our astronauts that went all the way to space talking about this. Apollo 12, who was on Apollo 12? Apollo 12 mission. So Conrad, Gordon, and Alan Bean. So I'm a huge space nerd. At my mom's house, I have a giant signed poster from Alan Bean. Like it's legitimately from him. So that's one of the astronauts I actually know of. 10-day mission and they found aliens. That's crazy. Alan Bean reported to mission control, and he's been to space like freaking bunches of times, by the way. Like he was like one of their best astronauts that was in space many times. He's not some like fly-by-night BS guy. He's not just a payload specialist or whatever. Like, no, this guy did it all. Like, this guy did it all, and he was at the forefront of, like, you know, Apollo 11, Apollo 13, and so on and so forth. He wasn't on those, but he was in the mix throughout all of these big missions. It looks like some of those things are escaping the moon. They haul out of here and just press off into the stars. What the fuck? 3 years later, during Apollo 17, 2 astronauts reported seeing very bright particles of light. It's like 4th of July out here. A lunar module pilot, Harrison Schmidt, said. And that's it right there. Okay, so this is an actual picture from space released by NASA. Obviously, you know, very unclear. But this is mixed with what the astronauts are saying. This image, identified as UAP VM6, Apollo 17, 1972, shows archival imagery from the Apollo 17 mission to the moon. The yellow box contains an enlarged area, we zoomed in on it, of the original photo in which 3 lights are visible above the lunar terrain. Holy shit, guys. Okay, when I opened this article, I didn't expect to find, like, as veritable and verifiable and, like, you know, legitimate information as this. I thought it was going to be some, like, dumbasses on Twitter I genuinely did not expect, like, the first thing that we opened up where it was just like, you know, these old dudes from like 1957 and so on and so forth. It's like they're just putting it into like the fucking Alamo Register, and they're like, yeah, I founded a UFO, guys, and like, you know, they investigate everything. So they're like, all right, Jim Bob in Idaho, let's go see what you got. You know, this is what I expected, not this from NASA. That's pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool. The astronauts theorized that the lights might have come off from chunks of ice. That's entirely possible. It could be ice up here and it's like reflecting the light or anything. But like, then why are two of them more bluish and one is white? You know, there's a lot of questions as for that theory as well. But you know, that's the thing. The astronauts, like astronauts in general, back then, in order to become an astronaut, you had to be like a bona fide like amazing scientist. You had to be like a badass pilot. You had to be in the military for years. Like, these are not just some random fucking guys. These are the best and the brightest of the best and the brightest. Like, OG astronauts were insane. Fighter pilots and test pilots had done like hundreds of flights where any one of them could have been their death. Like, that's the level of like awesomeness you had to be in order to be one of the OG astronauts. I mean, astronauts today as well, but like, you know, back then it was even more. Ice isn't always pure and impurities can change the color. Yeah, that's entirely possible, Natty. For sure. And like I said, I'm not saying this means aliens, but this is pretty crazy. That's all I'm saying. This is pretty unique. But you are absolutely right. The impurities would cause different colors to be reflected, for sure. Like, you know, way back, we learned this in, like, Chem 1, man. All the way back in, like, high school chemistry. If you take certain chemicals, you put it on a fire or whatever, some of them glow green, some of them glow orange, some of them glow blue, some of them even glow red, you know, so on and so forth. So, yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Natty. For sure. For sure. But, yeah, interest... in speculation about extraterrestrials reignited in February after former President Barack Obama said in a podcast that aliens are real, but I haven't seen them. But then he later clarified that I saw no evidence during my presidency that extraterrestrials have made contact with us. You know, I love the fact, one of the only good things about, like, politics today is that at least now you have presidents talking about aliens. Like, you have Obama talking about aliens and stuff. Like, back then, like, all the way back in, like, the 70s and 80s and stuff, no fucking president will talk about aliens and be like, yeah, you know what? I think they're real. They aren't going to say shit about it, man. Okay. Process of identifying, releasing government files. Okay, we already read that. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman applauded Trump for the effort to bring greater transparency to the American people on identified anomalous phenomena. Okay. We remain candid about what we know to be true, what we have yet to understand, and all that remains to be discovered. Oof. So that post may have some people sharing videos and stuff. Oh, no, that's from today. Okay, this is the most recent thing. So this is the NASA administrator today. Okay, everyone is skeptical. Oh, dude, this is the Barack Obama thing. All right, let's see the Barack Obama thing.
Quote, they're real, but I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Then you tried to walk it back the next day. You know no one believed you, right? Because that first one had the ring of truth. It was just a guy just finally letting it out. And then the next day, you're like,
we'll see.
What I meant was, I'm sure that somewhere out there, given the infinite, nature of the universe and no one buys that.
I agree with him. I agree with him. Like, why would you say it one day and then be like, because every president has access to all of these files at Area 51 and all that. He could just straight up, and you know what's interesting? Every single president gets letters from the previous president telling them certain things, recommending them certain things and stuff. And this is just a bullshit theory. Obviously, I'm not the president. I've never received one of these letters. But one of my theories is one line from every president to the next president will be like, yes, aliens are real. Here's what to do about it. Or, no, aliens are not real. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I have a feeling this happens every single time the administration has changed since, like, the 1920s. God, I wish it could be an aliens. I'm fully willing to submit to alien overlords. I think they'd make humans treat each other better. I think I was talking about this during the League game because, of course, I was talking about this during League of Legends, Natty. But I genuinely think that aliens exist. So I should probably talk about my beliefs on aliens as we're talking about the subject and fully right now. Aliens exist and they want nothing to actually do with us. Because they see us being very weird animals. Humans are very, very weird animals. And we're quite smart. Like, we've at least reached out to space. We've sent spaceships up and stuff. We're not like, dogs and things like that. But, like, we are weird and we treat the world weirdly and we treat each other weirdly. And so, as a result of that, they don't want to deal with us. They observe us. They're, way more technologically advanced and everything. They're way more culturally advanced and everything. And as a result, they see our unpredictable nature and everything. And they're just like, you know what? We're just gonna observe. Because, like, what do we do when we have, like, rats or an ant farm or whatever? We don't fuck around with it generally. Sometimes we do. And that's why aliens abduct people and stuff, perhaps, maybe, if they do. But mostly, we just sit back and observe. We add a sprinkling to the mix. We, put a thing there, and we start a scientific case study, and we watch the rats move through the maze or whatever. That's what I think. That's what I think aliens do. Genuinely. That's my entire process, my thought process. Humans don't have the supernatural behaviors. Don't ask me how I know this. Don't like supernatural behaviors. I think humans are massively fascinated by supernatural behaviors. I disagree with you. I think most humans see supernatural behaviors all the time. And how the brain. So I used to work in medicine. I was a cancer researcher. I was an epidemiologist for 10 years at the NCI, National Cancer Institute. So one thing that the brain does is and you can see this with like many phenomena throughout the world. It's like with color, with vision, it's a big thing. With memory, it's a big thing. There's one reason that memory is not admissible in court as like, rote facts. Like you have to have, someone's memory, a witness statement with something else or something like that. So it's even in law, that like your brain fills in the gaps and your brain will remember and forget and like kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Extrapolate in order to figure out what it's experiencing all the time. So I genuinely suspect that humans interact with supernatural phenomena all the time. And we have certain people that are able to be more sensitive to that phenomena and pay more attention to it. And most people just pretend it doesn't exist. Or you think it's light refraction or, whatever. And you just pass right by it. And that is how humans cope with supernatural phenomena. By the way, guys, I genuinely think this. The neutral standpoint here is that they could be aliens for sure. Space is too vast and unexplored. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. I think there's a very high chance aliens exist. I think it's very unlikely that we have seen aliens often. And I think like in the vast recorded human history, we only have like a few hundred files total of like, perhaps legitimate sources of looking at aliens and stuff. I think that's for a reason. I think that's absolutely for a reason. But yeah. When I try to explain supernatural stuff to people, they call me crazy. The only reason I say that. Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of it is cope, Violet Shades. Yeah, exactly. No, fully. I mean, I believe I've seen ghosts and things like that. Not exactly like, ooh, spooky ghosts or anything. But like, things that are not explained. And that's what a UFO is. Unidentified flying object. It could be aliens. It could be just a spinny thing. It could be a weird drone. It could be, maybe the U.S. and the other Western countries and the other, extremely advanced countries out there, China and so on. Maybe the drones are so advanced we think fucking everything is an alien now because drones are so advanced now. And I think that could be a reason why we're seeing reports of more alien activity now than we ever have. And also, everyone has a fucking camera now as well. Everyone has a fucking camera. So we're all taking pictures and videos of shit all the time. All the time. And welcome, Existential. Hey, Existential, we're doing something wild tonight. We're looking up the alien files. These are legitimate files that were released today. So that's what we're looking at. This is an interview with Obama talking about aliens first.
Just come clean, man.
Yeah, come clean, Obama. We're the aliens.
Just like frankness and honesty at this point of your career.
Yeah.
Sir, at long last, won't you?
Most sightings can be earthly origins, for sure. I agree.
Yes.
Oh, it was obvious what you meant. But we all got the message.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
For those of you who still think that
Pausing the music.
we've got little green men underground somewhere.
Yeah.
And I am observing Obama here. I want to see how convincing he is when he lies to us about aliens, because he knows. Every president in recent history absolutely knows if aliens exist or not. Absolutely. I think he let it slip, and he didn't want to say that aliens exist.
One of the things you
But that's my
as
suspicion.
president is government is terrible at keeping secrets. This idea of conspiracy theories, if there were...
I'm just going to say it. That's what the government wants you to think. When I worked at the NCI, when I left the NCI, they took every fucking file of everything I ever worked on at the NCI and hoovered it up. Absolutely hoovered it up. Just gone. And they were able to find every note, every file I ever made, every fucking document I ever written, every fucking paper, every fucking abstract, all of it. They were able to yoink it all. They were like fucking pros at this shit, man. And did I try to hide some of them? Sure. Yeah, just to see if they find, not like terribly or anything, but like, yeah, I moved the files around and stuff and made them work for it. I'm not gonna like say these are all the government files. Go for it. No, I tried to keep some of them, not aggressively so or anything, but in an explainable way. Be like, oh, I didn't know that file was there, kind of thing. They were able to get it all. They were able to get them fucking all, by the way, just all. So the government, when they want to keep secrets, is very good at keeping secrets, in my opinion. Absolutely. Remember the first Independence Day film? The president may not know the truth because of plausible deniability. That's possible. Yeah, maybe you're right, but I generally don't think so. I think every single president can find out immediately as the president. They have access to it. I think a lot of people don't want to know. I think a lot of presidents don't want to know. Why do all supposed alien sightings are they recorded by a 0.3 megapixel camera? Well, I think that's the thing, Natty. I think there's a lot of misinfo out there for sure. I would say like 99% of like alien sightings is complete bullshit. It's either something that someone doesn't understand, so it's accidental ignorance, and then like a solid like 60% of it is willful ignorance. Willfully misinforming. They're like, they want to be famous, or they want to believe it's so bad, and so they see a drone or whatever, and they're like, yep, this is a fucking alien, guys. And then they like, put an article in the paper and stuff.
Aliens or alien spaceships or anything under the control of the United States government that we knew about, seen, photographs, what have you.
Right.
I promise you, some
Let's
guy
see.
guarding the installation would have taken a selfie with one of the aliens and sent it to his girlfriend and press him.
No. Dude, jamming technology is real. For sure. If you are in a bad situation with like, you saw this after 9/11 and stuff. They're able to jam signals all the time. You don't think that they have that? You don't think that they have like fucking, 15,000 different checks at the NCI, which is not a sensitive installation or anything. I had to go through security checks to go into the building. I had to go through security checks to get out of the building. They knew exactly what I was bringing in and out. Can hardly hear them. I have it on max. I'm so sorry. Afraid we're looking up aliens, my friend. Here, I'll turn it up for you guys. Yeah, if you guys can't hear one of the videos, please let me know and I will turn it up. Machine Gun Buddy, we're looking up the actual files of aliens right now, man. So it's pretty crazy night, man. Pretty crazy night. I got you, afraid. Well, hey, man, keep an eye out for the YouTube. This will be up on YouTube very, very soon.
It would leak.
Or there'd be like hints. There'd be like certain hints out there, like a presidential.
I just think if he's trying to convince the world that aliens don't exist, he's doing it the wrong way. He's trying to say, oh, yeah, don't worry. Aliens don't exist because if they did, someone would have revealed it. That's not true. Someone might have tried, but, dude, I absolutely, observably know the lengths the government will go to protect even non-sensitive files. So, yeah, and, you know, we have had leaks that we've not believed for fucking decades. So, you know, it's like one of those where there's smoke, there's fire kind of things. I don't think that, like I said, I think 99% of everything ever released about aliens is fucking fake. 99%. Every leak, every random guy taking a picture of a UFO, blah, blah, all of it is fake in some way, either purposeful or not purposeful. But that means 1% is not fake. Maybe less than 1%. But that's why, you know, I think people try to leak it all the time.
Would look like a scout ship that's just come down from low orbit and landed in Chicago. That would happen, something like that.
It could happen.
Okay.
And,
all right.
Do you wish they were real?
I actually do. All right. I'm
This is what we call in the business hedging your bets, guys. Hedging your bets. Adding a kernel of you know, the truth into what you say to make it seem more honest. Guys.
putting in a plug now.
Guys!
Okay? First contact. I think I would be a good emissary for the
Deflection. This is a classic deflection technique.
You represent me.
Yeah, I mean,
Fireteam Elude is officially coming. Oh, really?
Some experience in statecraft and diplomacy. I'm friendly.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So I actually think,
So this is just a fluff piece right here.
you know, I could do a pretty good job.
I will say, Obama did not convince me that aliens don't exist. Zero. I might be more convinced after watching this than I was before, because he could have been flat out and said aliens don't exist and here's why. You know, I've looked at the FBI files, I have access to this. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I've looked at it, I've looked for it, and I can't find shit. He could have been that convincing. That would have convinced me more. He didn't say that. He deflected, made people laugh and stuff. And it's a cute little, you know, interview and stuff. But this is not a convincing one by any means.
All right.
That's
So
a good pitch.
Yeah.
We will keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's just, yeah, okay, whatever. All right, so that is not convincing in any way, shape, or form. Not convincing in any way, shape, or form. Is there anything else here? It's just a lot of people being goofy. This is, it's already down. What the fuck is this? If this is one of the files, I mean, this is, oh, it's a drawing of a reported, okay, this is, that makes sense if it's a drawing. All right, so, oh, here we go. More photos from the Apollo mission. That's a lot of lights, guys. That's a lot of lights in the sky of the fucking moon. Does that mean aliens? No, but that's interesting. This one we saw. This is the one we saw on the CNN site. What the fuck is this? Congresswoman Luna posts on Ophanim right after the Pentagon classifies an eerie 8-pointed star UFO. Where can I find this? What the fuck is this? Is this one of the video files? Wait, where can I find the actual file of this? Does anyone know where this is? No one's linking to it. Ah! Motherfuck! it's a Oh, some of these are so fucking funny. A white orb flying in between the turbines. All right, let's see this. Let's see this one. All right. Biblically accurate angel. Well, depending on how old it is, we haven't seen the file itself, but from what we saw there, guys, a lot of, you know, what people thought were gods and stuff in mythos and stuff for centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries, millennia, really could have been things like aliens and stuff, and they're like, oh my god, it's God instead. And so, like, you know, that doesn't say that it's not the case. That could mean that, you know, fucking thousands of years ago, someone saw an alien and was like, oh my god, it's God. And that's why it's the fact that it's like biblically accurate and so similar to biblically accurate angels is only like more convincing to me. What she was calling in the video is the name of a kind of angel. It looked like a camel. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's why I was looking for the actual file. That's why I was, because like that's not the actual file. The person put the picture next to it and like cut off half the file and stuff. I want to find the actual file. All right. So this is one of the files. This is one of the video files. There's directionality to this point of light. It's not just a random point of light. Now, does that mean alien? No. This could be a drone. This could be, you know, something going along the ground. It could be something that is causing this light that is not an alien. But it's certainly not a... It doesn't seem like a natural phenomenon here, for sure. Like, there is intentional directionality to this. It's avoiding the turbines. It's going in between things. Now, what exactly it is, I don't know. But this doesn't read as alien to me. It's just Min on his coffee run. Exactly, that's true. That's true. Oh, God. All right. Aliens Fire Team 2. That's about a video game. All right, what are these pictures? Department of War releases UFO and potential alien life files. So that's a point of light. Staring at 4 black pixels like I'm learning something new. Okay. That looks weird, but I don't know what the fuck that could be. What is this? Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, this is the link to the beginning of the files. Wait, guys, these are the actual files. That's the directive, that's the release, and these are the actual files. But there's so many of these. Holy. This is a problem because they have to sift through so much. That's why I was hoping someone would link to, like, what are the video ones. If I could find, like, just the video ones, I'd be much more appreciative. Wait, oh, no. Hold up. It says .vid. All right, so this one is from the Middle East. Unresolved map report. Okay, so, these are the ones in order. So that first one was 2022. It was 2022. The United States Central Command submitted a report of an unidentified anomalous phenomenon in the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, consisting of 5 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a U.S. military platform in 2022. Accompanying the mission report, DOW described the observation as a possible missile moving across the field of view. That's why they would report it. The report also described 4 other objects not depicted in the video as possible birds. And that's the one we saw. That was definitely the cylindrical object. Okay. So there is some context now. But I didn't realize I could look up the vid files specifically, which we can. Okay, this is the one that was looking a little weird. It was like this little, like, you know, kind of like a much slower drone with some like form of hovering, perhaps. I got you, machine gun. Nice. That's cute, machine gun. Yeah, I love that. I love that, buddy. Surely that's a dude running really fast. Yeah, and he's wearing like neon green or something to glow. Possible. The United States Central Command, and this is from 2022 as well. Report all domain anomaly resolution office consisting of 10 seconds of footage from an infrared sensor aboard a military platform in 2022. Probable SU-2735. Don't know what that means. Two areas of contrast moving together near the center of the field of view throughout the runtime. Okay. Redactions have been made to protect the identity of eyewitnesses. Okay, that's even more suspicious. So they think it's a possible Russian drone. SU-27, SU-35. Anything SU is Soviet Union. That's what that means, by the way. So that's why that is, you know, put the way it is. Which one is this? So this is the one where it's like behind my head. You'll see it like zoom up in the corner. That could be a missile, it could be a fast drone or whatever the fuck. Always machine gun. Good to see you, buddy. Video depicts an object moving from the right to left across the top right quarter of the sensor's field of view. That literally no real information. But these are recent files. SU stands for Steven Universe. Yeah, Steven Universe had aliens, right? All right, so this is from Iraq. From bottom left to the top right of the sensor field of view. Okay, yeah, this is that really slow-moving one. That one we saw. I'll zoom in full screen for the ones we haven't seen yet. Again, 2022 for that one. This one is 2023. Top left quarter of the display. SU-27 is Ukrainian. SU-35 is Russian. Interesting. Oh, shit! That's it! It's right there! Holy! I mean, if these are drones, these are very sophisticated drones. I wonder how big this is, because we don't have any sense of scale here. That thing was fast. Because the camera is actively moving, trying to track it. That one was crazy. Infrared sensor aboard U.S. military platform in 2023. Okay, this is observed during an active mission. Sensor pans from left to right, causing the area of contrast to pass to the center display. Sensor then pans from left to right, causing the area of contrast to return to its approximate initial position within the field of view. Okay. That one was interesting. Font share? What is this? What is this? I got you, Jacka. Oh, it's telling me what font is used in all of these. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Pairs of free fonts that go well together. Oh, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot. Like, this kind of thing is really useful to thumbnails. So I appreciate... I'm always looking for, like, new fonts for my thumbnails on YouTube. Okay. The next video file. Wait, where'd the files go? Oh, God. Oh, God, where'd my Epstein files go? Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. Okay, which one is this? Okay, that was the fast one that we saw. This one looks weird, guys, because like there's multiple points of propulsion. It kind of looks like 3 or 4 blobs moving. And the blobs are like really close together. Almost like the eyes of a gnat or something. Like that's the weird part of this one. That one is fascinating. Now, do I think it's aliens? I don't know about that, but it's really fucking weird. Okay. So no content until 1 minute 56 seconds. And this is from 2023. Really big gnats? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What are we looking for? Oh! Down here. This is definitely purposeful movement. It's definitely fast. And the sensor is zooming in. At least none of these are shaky cam, by the way, guys. That's one thing I've noticed. That's the difference between some, like, random dude filming on his iPhone or whatever and, like, you know, actual fucking military sensors. Now, the fact that the contrast is so dog shit is wild. This is... Guys, I didn't expect to find such, like, interesting video files. This is really fucking cool. Now, nothing I've seen here, except for that previous one with, like, the 3 blobs of light being close together, kind of looking like a really big gnat, like we were saying. That one is so far the most convincing, because, you know, I don't think I've ever seen a drone where 3, you know, circular objects are close together. That's a weird fucking look for a drone. But pretty much every single other one can be explained away as a very high-quality, small drone. Hello, Bella, we miss you. It's been a long time. How are you? I hope you're doing good, my friend. Oh my god, this video is still going. So it's moving the other way now. Ah, nice. Nice, Leanne. There's stars in the sky for this video. The contrast problems are caused by light pollution at night. You might be right about that, Live Val. That's a really good point. Maybe these are all taken at night. The file information didn't really say if it was during the day, during the night. It didn't really give that context. It only gave the context of date and country. I just want to see if it like gets closer, or zooms in, or anything. But this is the longest video we've seen so far. Oh, we're having a very interesting night, Live Val. We're still here every single night playing fun video games normally, but I heard about the FBI, like the official FBI files that were released for aliens, so I had to take a look. So we're doing a little bit of a random different thing tonight, but it's a good night. It's a good night. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be way more bupkis than it was gonna be. I thought like half the files wouldn't even work, and most of them would be like just random dudes on their iPhone with shaky cam and stuff. I didn't expect, like, legitimate military and NASA files. Like, holy shit. Okay, this one is from Greece. Only detectable via shortwave infrared. What the fuck? A diamond shape moving at 434 knots. By the way, that's really fucking fast. I'm curious how fast. I don't know math. 434 knots speed. That is 500. Almost exactly. It could be exactly, considering, you know, maybe the 434 is rounded. 500 miles an hour. That's really fucking fast. That's insanely fast. UAP is only detectable via shortwave infrared. 1 minute, 5 seconds via multiple sensor modalities aboard a U.S. military platform in 2024. Okay, nothing else. So, like, it doesn't really tell you more than that. Commercial airplanes, I know, but commercial airplanes are huge. That's the thing. When it's a smaller object, that's a little bit more interesting, because smaller objects are A, harder to see, and B, engines that go that fast don't generally go that small. That's why. That's why, like, just description-wise, this is a little bit more interesting to me. Okay, so that's the one that's moving. We can see it right here. And then he swapped to a different camera lens to zoom in. And that is definitely a diamond shape. That is a weird shape. Now, do we have diamond-shaped drones? We absolutely have diamond-shaped drones. But that is a very weird shape. It is. It is a very weird shape. And also, you can see, like, something coming out. Like, is this propulsion or what? If the propulsion is coming out here, how is it laterally moving at 500 miles an hour? It almost looks like a kite. Yeah, exactly. But kites don't go 500 miles an hour. And they're attached to something. This one is very interesting. That is weird. Yeah, if I was an old man on a porch, you know, I could have seen 100 of these and never known what it was because it'd be moving at 500 miles an hour. So this guy tried a different lens. And then the contrast ended. Okay. So that's from Greece in 2024. So this is the Gulf of Oman in June of 2024. Now, it's fascinating that there's so many of these during, like, areas of war and, like, a time of war in the Middle East and so on. So the fact that it's like that is actually, like, a little bit more concerning, because if you're watching an ant farm or rat maze or whatever, we were using a few of these terms in description, what would you want to watch more? You would more want to watch when the animals are in conflict, when things are happening, you know? Thank you, Omega Nova. It's good to see you, buddy. How have you been, my friend? We're looking up something fascinating tonight, Omega Nova. We're looking up aliens. These are the officially released alien footage. The fastest high-altitude balloon can travel at 200 miles an hour if it's in a jet stream. And if not, it tops out at 100 miles an hour. And the thing that we just saw was going 500 miles an hour. 500. Dead by Daylight? I gotcha. I haven't played Dead by Daylight in a long time. So this is from 21 seconds of footage of an infrared sensor aboard U.S. military platform in 2024. An object with a vertical pole or bar attached to the bottom of the object. So this may be the similar diamond shape that we just saw. All right, let's see this one. Yeah, definitely not a weather balloon. Way too fast. Correct. So this is a very similar shape to the other one. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. The diamond shape, the thing coming down from it, whatever it is. Could be like a sensor or whatever. I know what it is. What is it? It's an alien! No, I'm kidding. Machine Gun, share us pictures of the puppy, buddy, in the Discord. A flying stingray. A vertically flying stingray. Stingray. Yeah, stingray. Exactly. True. This one doesn't tell us speed. We got lucky in the other one. It told us speed. Wonder if some fucked up animal? Yeah, maybe. I don't think so. Possible. Okay. This one is a UAP consisting of a misshapen and uneven ball of white light. And it's reported that a light glare halo effect occurred at the top of the feed. Okay, this one is 6 seconds long. Multi-colored area moves from left to right of the screen. All right, let's see this one. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Hold on. Half of it was behind my head. Let's look at that one again. It's on the top right and it moves this way. It's changing color. That is wild. And that's like a vertical cylindrical light. Just straight up a vertical cylindrical light. That's weird. Why the fuck would a drone even look like this? That's a weird fucking drone, man. If that's a drone, that's a weird fucking drone. There's no reason for a drone to be that shape or lighting up like that. That's an odd duck. Ooh, that's a big boy. All right. So, this is 6 seconds of footage, full motion video camera aboard U.S. military platform in 2024. Accompanying mission report describes the UAP as consisting of a misshapen and uneven ball of light and the light glare effect. So this is the glare effect at the top of the video. That's weird. Let's do it in full screen. Let's look at the very top. Giant oval light looking down. The war.gov made the UFO look so mysterious. Well, UFOs are mysterious. That's why they're unidentified. Exactly. That one's interesting. All right. 5 seconds of footage. U.S. military platform. Okay, this is the same description. Two semi-transparent, irregularly shaped orange areas overlay the background imagery, persisting for less than 2 seconds each. That's what we're looking for. Light reflections. The cylindrical one, that was like a hovering, like moving light reflection. If so, that one was weird. That was a vertical rod, essentially. That was like a flying vertical rod, changing color. I don't think that one is a light reflection. The UFO section looks so mysterious. Oh yeah, Puff, we've been looking at it all night, man. If you enjoy, make sure to keep an eye out on YouTube for all the parts you missed and all the discussions and stuff. Okay, what are we looking for here? Oh, it was just two orange blobs. Well, that's certainly unidentified. So this is... And it's semi-transparent because you can see the edge of the building under it. And it's not moving. Yeah, completely transparent. Yeah, by the way, Puff, if you're not following the YouTube, make sure to give the YouTube a follow. This video will be up, hoping tomorrow, but I don't know. I keep saying tomorrow for all of my videos, and I'm very far behind on putting them up. So, but this one I'm really interested in. So. Okay, that's the one we just saw. I mean, that could just be like the lens fucking up as well. Like that one, is not really convincing to me. All right, 52 minutes, 57 seconds of video footage. of infrared sensor above U.S. military platform in 2023. Flying near the surface of the ocean and making multiple 90-degree turns at 80 miles an hour. That's fast. Okay. Yeah, so it was going this way, and then it immediately moved left. Okay. So far, it's going in a straight line again. And now it turned up. And now it turned left again. So this is turning. It's definitely purposeful movement. Hey, no worries, Puff. I put up a lot of videos, my friend. Usually it's gaming shit, but this is sometimes I cover weird shit like this. Like I covered the big Louvre heist last year and stuff as well. Sometimes I cover wacky shit, but usually it's just gaming stuff. Yeah, I specify tomorrow, but not which tomorrow. Yeah, it's true. Ooh, the sensor is boxing it in. A targeting reticle. Shoot it out of the sky. I'm sure we've tried to shoot down an alien before. Like, there's no way the governments of the world have not tried to shoot down an alien. And I want to see a report from someone who's tried to shoot down an alien before. Like, what happens? Even if they've never been able to shoot one down. Does it, like, zap the missile out of the sky or something? That's what I want to know. Because there's no fucking way we're seeing these things and not trying to shoot them down. Yes, we would definitely try to shoot down an alien. Anyone would. I mean, you could definitely see Russia trying to do that. You could definitely see China doing that. Any fucking Western or, you know, first world country would try to shoot down an alien. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. But no government would try to admit that either. For sure. I came in from a sunny raid once. You went in deep into wacky shit. I don't know what I was talking about back then, Puff, but we have a lot of fun in here, my friend. We're on every night, so definitely hop in more often. You don't think any would resort to communication efforts first? If it's moving in an aggressive way, no. If it's not moving in an aggressive way, dude, they haven't said that they try to contact with these sensors and stuff, but, you know, the fact that they move so fast would probably, like, you know, they'd have to get permission to try to, you know, shoot off or communicate. But there's no doubt in my mind we tried that as well. But, like, what can we do? Just shortwave radio or something, right? Yeah, no. Like a radio burst, radio transmission, or a hailing frequency, or something like that. Exactly. The fact that they're so fast, I think, stops a lot of that. Absolutely, Omega Nova, for sure. And, like, you know, the chain of command is generally, I don't work in the military, so I wouldn't know this, but I can assume that in order to do that, you have to, like, ask for permission before you do that. Observation, you're supposed to observe, but unless you're under orders to hail the unidentified object, you are just randomly waiting until your supervisor tells you you can hail the object. You know? That's, I mean, you had to ask for permission in anything, even in non-sensitive government work. So, and that's what I did, completely non-sensitive. I was doing just fucking, you know, cancer research. But ergo, if you have to wait for that kind of stuff in non-sensitive work, doing so in sensitive work is as well going to probably be even more complicated. So this is small and circular, flying near the surface of the ocean towards land. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah, most things are hurry up and waiting. Exactly. We have no sense of scale and size in this one. And this is, like, obviously really far away. Could we see it over land? at all. I'm going to try to track it with my mouse. I can't see what happened to it when it got to land. Did it stay there? Oops. Well, there's a road? Yeah, but it doesn't start... It starts over water. Okay, so this white blob is unrelated. It went down this way. So what happens to it afterwards, I don't know. As soon as it hits the contrast of the land, you can't really see. Hit a portal and left our dimension. Yeah. I mean, I guess so. Which one is this? Did we see this one? Yeah, we saw this one. This one is the one that was turning really fast. And it's not easy to turn fast, so, you know. Okay, 2 minutes, 17 seconds of video footage from infrared sensor aboard U.S. military platform in 2020, accompanying a range Fuller report, described the UAP as a solid white object making erratic movements above water. Okay, let's see it. Oh, the road for attending scale, yeah. So actually, that's a good point. That means the object wasn't as far away, it was just extremely small. I think one of the most weirdest parts is these objects, aliens or drones or whatever the fuck, they're really, really, really small. And when you combine the fact that they're really small, and you combine that they're really fast, and you combine the fact that they're really, you know, purposeful movement, turning on a dime, 90 degree turns like extremely, extremely easily, and so on and so forth. That makes these things a little bit harder to explain. You can have very fast jets, but they're fucking huge. You can have very fast drones, but usually they don't go far. You can have them, you know, having something, yeah, small, fast, and elusive, all those three things at the same time, that's the weird part. Absolutely, that's the weird part. Does that mean aliens? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that's why people are a little like, That's why I'm like, what is this? Okay. So he's changing resolution. Attempting to find the object. Oh, it's over there on the top of the screen, top left. I don't know why I'm playing like this. That was like another one of those cylindrical diamond objects, guys. It's definitely like a fat blob, like a thicker blob. It was changing direction so incredibly fast. Yeah, Puff. Yeah, that was the one that had multiple 90-degree turns. Exactly, Puff. That was a weird one. This one is also turning on a dime. You can see where the camera is moving. So it's gone this way, it's gone this way, it's gone this way, it's gone this way, like that. Almost like a searching pattern. Searching for aliens. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Just trying to see... Because we can definitely get the sense of shape. It is less wide and more tall. Which is also very odd for anything like... Watching this in stream feels less crazy than being alone in your house in the dark going down the rabbit hole for 6 hours. Oh, yeah, no, exactly, Omega Nova. That's what I did with the Epstein files. Like, fucking, like, I ended stream the night we found the Epstein files, right? And I just spent, like... the next 3 hours until like fucking 8 a.m. until the sun came up looking at the Epstein files. Felt like I was going insane, man. It was way more fun to do it live than not live. I can tell you that much. Looking for their contact lens? Who knows? Yeah. A TARDIS? Yeah, like a TARDIS. A glowy TARDIS. Doctor Who, anyone? Ooh. Some of the files give you a sense of speed, but most of them do not. Oh, okay, so he zoomed in more. Because, like I said, could this be a drone? Yes. But is it weird that we have such an advanced drone that can move for so long, move fast, and be that small? That's weird. That thing can turn? Yeah, this motherfucking can turn. Yeah, this is a very agile one. And like I said, in order to move fast for a very long time, you need a lot of fuel. You need a very strong engine or engines. You can't really do this for a very long time. Some of these videos are fairly old? No. We have, well, if we can believe what's on here, we have the date taken. And every single video has been 2020 or later. Every single one of them. Literally all of them. That's the thing, Omega Nova. Now, of course, we have to believe the government when they're telling us the date of these videos taken. But I feel like if these were taken earlier and they wanted to lie, you would lie on the other side. You would say they're earlier, not later. Because things are way more believable to be aliens earlier. Because we didn't have the technology for drones of any kind back in the 1940s. So if you said this was taken in the 1940s, everyone would be like, holy fuck, aliens! Because we didn't even have the whiff of a drone in 1940s. For example, you know? Boring distractions to appease the people? I don't know. Like, the thing is I don't find this boring at all. Like, if you find this boring, that's fair, but I think this is fucking fascinating. I think this is really fucking cool. I mean, I love everything that is, like, you know, supernatural-esque or, you know, adjacent to aliens or anything like that. I think that could this be a distraction? Sure. But what could also be a distraction is not releasing files like this at all. Like, what the fuck is the point of releasing files like this in terms of distraction? In order to distract, you release other things. You would talk about other things. You mean boring the explanation? It's intriguing. It's fairly explainable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this could be a drone. But like I said, fast and that small and that elusive. If they're trying to pretend that it's not aliens, they're doing it in the wrong way. Such an incredibly small amount of content? Yeah, exactly. Very true. Very, very true. And yes, this could all be explained by AI as well. But you have to take a little bit of a leap of faith when you're looking at these things. Are all of these AI? Possible. Yes, of course. But that's kind of true of anything nowadays. Oops. For some reason, spacebar sometimes plays it, and sometimes it goes out of into full screen. Just mundane. I can't think of anything drone-wise that would go for a long period of time, because this is like in the middle of fucking nowhere. There is no doubt in my mind the military, when they took a recording of this drone, if it's a drone, they would have to follow it to its point of origin, or try. Ergo, this is not near some landing strip or airstrip or anything like that. There's no fucking shot, because they would have followed it. Landing on, dude on that landing deck is playing with a drone all day. Maybe. I don't know, dude. Like, how many drones have you seen that can move at 90 miles an hour while being super, super, you know, able to turn on a dime, as well as being super small? I have never seen a drone like that, guys. And I look for this shit. I mean, not as a job or anything, but, like, you know, in terms of looking up, like, weird shit all day and stuff. I love looking up weird shit. I've never seen a drone move like that for a long period of time. Like, you can find drones dime up plenty at like a neighborhood like fucking what's it called or whatever, like an airstrip or whatever, where like small planes are and stuff. You can find people flying drones like that all day, but they're up in the air for like a minute, and then they have to come back down. Because if you're moving super fucking fast, and by fucking fast I mean those drones will move at like what, 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. You can generally not find ones that move at 80 miles an hour unless they're like governmental drones, something military, you know, something owned by the Chinese or the Russians or whatever. Like those you can find move fast. But again, they're not small. They're fucking huge. High-end can fly at 70. First-person racing drones for 120. Right, for a very short amount of time. For a very small amount of time. I've seen the drone racing. Yeah, if you're talking about like the drone racing ones, the ones that are like really small, those are extremely high-end drones, and they can go like, you know, 100 miles an hour or whatever for like a minute. Those races last like literally a minute. And again, they have to have a point of origin. They have to have a place they're going to land or whatever. And there's no doubt in my mind, these military sites and everything, because all of these are taken in like Iraq, in like Bahrain and UAE and stuff. And so all of those places, these are U.S. military, like, you know, sensors and everything. People looking at these all day, trying to find their point of origin, trying to find their point of takeoff and where they're landing and everything. Because that's the entire point. If you find something that you think is a missile, you got to find out where the fuck it's going to go. Or whatever. If it's someone spying or things like that. I live so close to an Air Force base that I'm never allowed to fly a drone at my house. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely, dude. They will haul you into jail immediately, dude. Absolutely. High-end consumer drone? 30 to 50 minutes. Really? Okay, maybe drone technology has gone way better than I thought. I mean, I guess it's possible, sure. But then why is it fat? Why is it tall? That's a very odd drone shape as well. Big batteries? Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know the other possibility is all of these are drones, and it's like the fucking Russians and the Chinese and stuff. Everyone just has spy drones that are going fucking everywhere, and they're all this advanced. And they're way, way more advanced than you and I as laymen know. That's entirely possible. Absolutely, that's entirely possible. But this is a little weird. This is weird. See, mundane? Yes. And I will always give the mundane discussion as well of what it could also be. That's the entire point of this, for sure. But it's still weird. You know what I mean? Can everything be explained mundane? Technically, everything can be explained mundane. Okay, this one, infrared sensor in 2013, so this one's a little bit older. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description for the observation. An area contrast resembling an 8-pointed star with arms of alternating length. Narrows to zoom in on one area. I think this is the one, guys. Yeah, is this the angel video? Okay, let's see. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is weird. That is... Dude, this one is weird. Remember the lighting here is inverted? So the sky is dark and the object was light, is what you're saying. And you can see the chemtrail on the back. I'm kidding about chemtrail. It's definitely a trail of something. Some kind of propulsion. Holy fuck. Yeah. Now, can you imagine? Say this is an alien. Just pretend. Pretend this is irrefutably 100% an alien. And some guy 2026 years ago sees this and is like, holy shit, this is an angel. And then writes the Bible. Just say. That's the very not mundane answer. That's the not mundane answer. Is there a mundane answer? Sure. Yeah, this could also be a drone, but back in 2013, and something this very much advanced, and very much weird looking. Like, could all, like, the engine, wing, stabilizing wing, vertical stabilizers. Yes, it could be that, for sure. That's the mundane discussion. But this is a weird one, man. Also, there's no propulsion going out the sides to keep it hovering. The propulsion is only coming out the back. That's the weird thing. What the fuck is this? What is that? That, like, square shit. Thorn? Throne? It's a throne. It could be like a reflection. Light bouncing around the sensor, the camera, and the lens. So the light is bouncing this way and back? Like, how do you mean? A throne angel? Oh, no, we saw the picture of the angel. But yeah, like, I can pull it up again, sure. Yeah. Biblically accurate angel. That's what a lot of people are saying. Just want to see the picture. Like, I could definitely see, like, if this is an alien and some random fucking sheep herder guy in 2000s Arabia, literally 2,000 years ago in Arabia saw this, dude, if I was that guy, I would think it's God too. That would be the first thing I think of as opposed to alien. You know, we don't even know what aliens are back then. I could definitely understand. Ezekiel describes wheels of fire in the sky. Yeah, exactly. Correct. Yes. That was indeed the description. A wheel of fire in the sky. Now, am I saying this is an alien? No. But this is the weirdest one yet. This and the diamonds are the weirdest one yet. For sure. And that, the flashing light that was, like, turning red and orange and yellow and extremely fast, and it was, like, bopping in and out of existence kind of thing. That one was fucking weird, too. Dude. What a crazy night, man. What an absolutely crazy night. And then it zooms away. Did it light up when it zoomed away? It's certainly lighting up. It's definitely changing color in the contrast. Absolutely it is. We don't know what this looks like. We don't know if it turned red, because we're seeing it with the contrast, with the night vision contrast, if it's night vision contrast. So it is definitely, like, turning color of some type. This is by far the weirdest one. That is crazy. 2013. UL. Where is UL? Okay, that... Which one were we at? Did I miss one? Okay, yeah, no, we saw this on another one. This one is just like a point of light going alongside this boat. This boat is moving, so we have some scale on this, which is nice. And then it's like that could be like a really fast rocket or something. Like that one is, you know, quite a bit more mundanely explainable. Okay, this is the diamond shape. And, I mean, this could be like, you know, a much closer version of the diamond shape as well. So that was this one. Wish I could bookmark just this. So I'm going to copy and paste this one by itself. Because this one was wild. This one was by far the most wild one. That's crazy, dude. Holy shit. Okay, is this the one that we just looked at? Yeah. It's kind of hard to keep track of, like, the file names and which ones I just looked at. Alright, so this is a brand new one. 5 seconds of video footage from infrared sensor in 2020. Faint area contrast enters the sensor field of view from the bottom half of the right edge of the screen. And it moves from right to left. Alright. Ah, okay. That's just a little dot. Okay, that one's a little dot, and that's from 2020. High quality drone, much more likely to be a high quality drone. Especially in 2022. Sorry, 2020. Okay. So this one is slightly altered. The reporter digitally altered the imagery by pausing the video playback and adding a white line encircling an area of interest at the timestamp at 10 seconds. Annotated with the phrase, UI small thermal signature. It did not edit the original reported material. So they essentially added a label. Comes increasingly distinct against the background. Oh, it's good, tacos. It's good. It's a high quality one. I was having some the other day for Cinco de Mayo as well. Cinco de Drinko! Okay. Several different contrast and zoom settings to get a closer look. All right, let's see this one. Here it is. So he sees something, he's like, wait, what the fuck is this? And then added the annotation. A small thermal signature. So because it's thermal, that means it's producing some kind of heat. We have no measurement, nothing, by the way. It doesn't say how much or anything. It doesn't say 100 degrees, 200 degrees, nothing. It doesn't say that. It just says thermal signature, that's it. I'm not going to go through the PDFs tonight. We're just going through the video files. But we are going through all the video files. All in one video, all in one place. We're going through every single video file here. And with the label, with the discussion. This one, I mean, it's so far away. It's so fuzzy. This one is, like, hard to tell anything. Sadly, you can't really tell much from this at all. That's okay, though. Wait, did we see the third one? Yeah, this one is new. This is the thing. This is the weirdest one so far. And, like, the way the propulsion moves. Because, like, this is not getting closer or farther away. It is laterally moving left and right and up and down. It's moving on x-axis and y-axis. It's not moving on the z-axis. It's not moving closer or farther away at all. Because the camera is stationary. This is so fucking weird. Now, could this be a really good drone? Yes, this could be a really advanced drone back in 2023. But when you go back to 2023, that's a little weird. That's a little odd. I need to listen to the way this guy says bagel. We'll listen to it after this. For sure. After this one video. But yeah, this is the weirdest one by far. And like, you know, a lot of people were saying this could be a biblically accurate angel, for example. And like, you know, if you're a sheep herder back in like Arabia 2026 years ago, you know, could you think that this was an angel as opposed to an alien if you didn't know what an alien was? Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. I could definitely see that happening if aliens are real. If aliens are real. Okay, Jack, I will definitely read that. So Jack has sent me the Jeffrey Epstein advisor helped push microtransactions. Jesus Christ. That's fucking wild. All right, let's see how this guy says, if it's infrared, then it's not like they would look like that with our eyes. No, for sure. Absolutely, Smeg. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. All right. So what I eat in a day, minus 116 pounds. So, but the funny part is, apparently the way this guy says bagel.
Here's what I eat in a day as someone who's nearing the end of their weight loss journey but still trying to cut down their body fat percentage. I always start out my day with electrolytes because I have dysautonomia.
Electrolytes are super important as they help maintain your body's fluid balance, help nerve signals run throughout the body, help muscles contract, help transport nutrients and waste in and out of cells.
And then I have the same breakfast every single day
This guy just talks weird in general.
because it's just so good. We should be loving and enjoying the things we're eating.
I tell all my clients this within my coaching program, that if you don't enjoy what you're
Why are they always fucking coaches, man? They're always coaches. And a lot of times they give like the worst fucking information.
eating, you're not going to stick to it and not maintain any of the results you would have gotten on that specific diet, which is why I make it my mission to make the meals enjoyable. For example, I had a client just like this who loves bagels, and I gave her a
Okay, is the way he says boggles worse? Or is the way I say iron worse? Because everyone gets on my case for how I say iron pecan pies as well. But I think I say iron better than he says boggles.
bagel with cream cheese for breakfast. Combine the bagel with some fruit for extra fiber and a Greek yogurt cup just like this for extra protein, calcium, probiotics for healthy digestion. Nice job.
And then for lunch or dinner,
Aluminium? You say aluminium? That's literally the British way to say it. Iron isn't not normal to say iron. I know. But you don't spell it as iron. You spell it as iron. So I call it iron. I'm a phonetic guy. If it says something phonetic, I'm going to say it phonetically. A lot of times. Don't you ever say boggle like that again. You're never allowed to say the... Dude, you know, maybe this guy, maybe Nico Physique is like the best fucking marketer ever. And he's saying it wrong on purpose. He's like that one guy. Who's that fat dude who's bad at video games? And he's like really bad. He's like one of the worst fucking gamers ever and I think it's on purpose. Everyone thinks it's on like accident and he doesn't mean to be bad and everything like that. I think it's on purpose. What's his name? Oh, fuck. He's a famous streamer. And he's famous for being dog shit. And he's like an asshole as well. God, what's his name? Does anyone know who I'm talking about? He's been doing it for like 15 years. Actually, a lot of I made a reference to him in a YouTube video, and a lot of people like ranted about it. Maybe I can find it in the video. That's 80% of streamers famous for being an asshole. True. That is true. Not new replies. We'll do responded. It was a relatively recent video mine. Where was it? Or was it Twitter that I was talking about this? I can't remember. It must have been Twitter. Because, like, the only thing that would be remotely feasible here was fucking Sykkuno. And I don't think it was in the Sykkuno video. God, what the fuck? No. Queso is a real gamer. Queso plays a lot of, like, friend slot games and things like that, but he plays games. This guy is famous for playing games terribly. Biggie? No. He's not nearly as fat as that, but he's still a little fat. A little chunky. Kind of sad, Otaku? We're looking up aliens. Right now I'm looking up something completely different. But generally we're looking up aliens. Timmy? No, nothing Timmy. Keep saying the names and you might hit on it. He's a famous streamer. The review guy. Yeah. He's a review guy. He's a fucking loser, apparently. He's like a terrible guy. I don't really watch him or anything. But he's been around for like 20 fucking years. But I suspect that he does it on purpose. And a lot of people, like, yelled at me when I said he does it on purpose. And I was like, guys, I think I'm right. I can't remember his name. He's why they make yellow paint in games, a lot of people say. Oh, God, what was his name? It's gonna hurt my brain. I talked about him relatively recently. I fucking shitpost on Twitter all the time. So I kind of have to scroll through a whole bunch of shit to find it. But I swear to God, this guy might be saying bagels wrong on purpose just so people rage bait. Just to rage bait people so they interact with his fucking thing. With his fucking post. That was my entire point, Pecan Pies. And the YouTuber that I'm talking about, I think he's bad at video games on purpose. Dark Side Phil, DSP, that's the fucking name. I swear to God, Dark Side Phil does it on purpose. I swear to God, Dark Side Phil does it on purpose. And I got so much shit on Twitter for saying he does it on purpose. They're like, no, he doesn't do it on purpose. He's actually that stupid. And I'm like, guys, I don't know. He got really famous for doing it, and he put zero effort in his content. I'm pretty sure he's a marketing genius of being it just like a completely useless piece of shit. And he like yells at it. Yeah, Dark Side Phil. That's exactly who I was talking about. I think this is like the influencer, the gym bro influencer version of Dark Side Phil.
I don't really feel like cooking, so I made a turkey wrap.
A lot of great
exactly
things here for fat loss, high fiber tortillas, which make the meal overall more filling, fat-free cheese for more protein, lower calories.
This guy talks weird on purpose. I swear to God. I swear to God he's doing it. Bro knew saying bagel like that would spike engagement. I'm not the only one who thinks this. I'm not the only one who thinks this. Bro is the rage baiting Dark Side Phil of Gym Bro content. I'm right. There's no way he's stupid enough to say bagel is boggle. There's no fucking way. He has to be doing it on purpose. He has to be doing it on purpose. I used to disbelieve really stupid seeming people could actually be that stupid. Then I went out in the world and met people who make them look smart. Oh, I met plenty of stupid people. But the thing is, I've seen enough clips of Dark Side Phil over the years because people post his clips all the time. And he's been like doing YouTube for like 15, 20 years or something, smack, like a really long time. And I've seen him play things not badly. That's why, like, it's very uneven. And sometimes he'll do like the same stupid thing like 3 times on purpose in the span of like a minute. And that's why I think he does it on purpose. It's just like the patterns of behavior that he does. I think he's a genius that does it on purpose. And he revels in being seen as a piece of shit idiot. And he just revels in it. I genuinely think that. I could be wrong. Maybe he's just as stupid. Maybe he's just the world's stupidest gamer. Who knows? It's possible. I don't know. Also, that thought, it depresses me. It depresses me that Dark Side Phil could be that stupid. It is possible. But it is a depressing thought. I would rather think he's engagement farming on purpose than Dark Side Phil actually being that stupid. I would rather he do it on purpose, honestly. If he's been playing games for 15 years, why is he still bad at games? Exactly like Bella. 4 minutes and 53 seconds of video footage from infrared sensor aboard a U.S. military platform in 2020. No description, nothing. Enters the sensor field of view from bottom left corner of the frame. Okay. It seems to disappear and reappear regularly. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, sensor pans erratically. Okay, fixed position to the left and then below the center of the frame. So this one we might have to see the entire thing. All right, let's see this. This one sounds wild. Okay, so I think this is the object right here. That looks like... Wait, is this the object or is this the object? Oh shit, it's this! Wait, there's two objects! No. This has to be an artifact. But why does it keep disappearing and reappearing? This has to be some, like, reflecting artifact or something. This I think is the object. Okay, so he zoomed in. Yeah, it wasn't this. I got confused. So he's looking around for the object again. Okay. He's switching contrast, switching modes. Oh. Okay. It's right here. Interesting. Huh. Very odd. Oh. It's a bright light. Is that it? No. This one is very confusing. Obviously, it's hard to tell where the object is. Like, which one is a camera artifact and which one is... Wait, is this taken from an airplane? This might be like one of the sensors from an airplane. It does not tell us, by the way, if this is like an airplane camera pointing down or what. Wait, was this the object? Was that the one that was disappearing? Over here? It's really hard to tell. But bro is looking, man. The guy manning the camera is looking hard. We'll only give this particular video one watch because it's so long, but we will at least watch it all the way through. I guess it's moving so fast that the camera can't track it particularly well. Because some of these lights are very extremely maneuverable. What are we looking at? We're trying to find an alien. So these are all videos of unidentified flying objects. Not saying that they're aliens, but they're at least unidentified. And some of them are weird as hell. Yeah, don't worry, Iris. I'll put the entire video up. You haven't been here for probably the beginning of the video. So I'll put the entire video up on YouTube so you can catch up. Because there's a lot. There was like... We've been doing this for like... No worries. No worries at all. I'll just let you know. There's like, I would say we've gone through maybe like 30 odd video files, maybe more. There's a lot of them. Waiting for an alien face to appear and go wart. Yeah, exactly. Bro, if the aliens are literally the Covenant... Wait, is this it? No, it's like a ship. It's like a tanker or something. I think the guy in the camera got confused too. He's like, wait a second, what the fuck is that? And then he looked at it's a ship. He's like, oh, okay, that's not it. He's looking around again. Is that it? No, that's another ship. That's like a legitimate ship. Maybe he got bored and he's like just looking at ships again. I don't know. That was the most confusing video for sure. That was January of 2020. Yeah, that was this one. Okay. Unresolved UAP report Africa 2025. Djibouti. All right. So this one is from the land of the booty. All right. Consisting of 2 seconds. 2 seconds of video footage from infrared sensor. But it says 12 seconds. Maybe it's just repeated over and over. Oh, yeah. So this is repeated over. We've seen this in the long 30-minute file. So it's just this little streak just going over and over and over again. So it's only a 2-second clip, but it's replayed multiple times. We saw this one already. Okay. So after this, it's images from the FBI. I just want to see... Okay. And these are the Apollo 12 images. Oh, shit. There's even more. But we're almost done with all the videos. Yeah, that's Djibouti. Here we go. So we have like 6 more videos to go. And then we've looked at every fucking video. We'll look at the images as well. We just want a sound. Incidentally recorded audio, which does not relate to the visual content. So,
Alpha, Alpha, call behind East 132.12. 132.12, Hotel Alpha.
So in 30 seconds, there's nothing. Down to the right to the area of contrast. Okay, let's see this. We might be able to hear the guy say, like, I don't know what the fuck this is. That would be hilarious. It's an alien! None of these videos have had audio so far. Not a single one. So this one is unique for that reason. That is certainly zooming. He's trying to zoom in. This camera fucking sucks. He zoomed in and lost all fidelity. Yeah, he realized he was better off using the original lens. This is... There's no sense in the description of how fast this object was going. Only a couple of the videos were able to measure how fast. And remember, guys, one of the videos said 500 miles an hour. Which is insane. That was one of the very first videos. But you can tell just from the scale, like, against the ground and everything, these are moving pretty fast. Now, does that scream alien? No. No, obviously it could be something else or whatever. Fast drone or a little ship or, you know, little mini jet or whatever. Most probably, you know, I guess a lot of these could be explained away as drones. Very, very much. But not all of them. I don't think all of them. Some, like the weird diamond-shaped ones and stuff, those don't scream drone to me. Is he zooming in? There's no way that means 11 meters. That'd be really fucking close. Must be 11 miles, maybe? Yeah, I think that must mean 10 miles, 11 miles. And they zoomed out, nothing else. So yeah, he didn't actually say anything into the mic, sadly. Damn. Alright, that was cool, though. So this is 1 minute long. 2020. No oral or written description for observation. Sensor tracks an area. Acquiring a reticle lock. Ooh. So he was actually able to get a real reticle lock. Ooh. So let's see. Oh yeah, there's a reticle lock. And apparently, whatever platform this is on, it didn't say if this is a ship or a plane, a drone, or whatever that's taking this footage. It was trying to get closer to the object. So that could be one reason the object was getting larger. That's what the very last note said. But this is interesting. I mean, this kind of feels like a drone. Because, like, a lot of the drones I've seen is like that little, like, you know, the middle area, which is, I guess, where the circuitry is and everything like that. And then it has, like, the engines in, like, a span of 4. With the circles and the little fans zooming and everything. This one feels a bit more drone-like, but we don't know. Obviously, it's really fucking far away. But this one feels like a possible, you know, much more likely to be a drone. At least more likely than the other ones. That is circular at the end. It could have been just the reflection. So maybe the front is darker and the sides are brighter. Because watch when it gets close. Because it looks like the ship is like, let's just assume it's a aircraft of some kind that's taking the footage. And the drone is going this way, and the ship is, or the jet or whatever, is going on top that way. They kind of pass each other. Now this is more interesting now. That's like a fucking circle. A disc of some kind. How many fucking drones look like Roombas? That is interesting. That is very interesting. That end is very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. This is the East China Sea. This is a 10-second clip. Area of contrast that resembles a football-shaped body with 3 radial projections. 1 is vertical, and 2 are at 45-degree angles. Okay, let's see this. Holy shit! And I can't tell if this is like the heat radiating from it or something, or if it's like undulating. I'm assuming that must be like the heat reflecting. Because again, remember, these are infrared. This one looks wild. That's fucking crazy. That is weird. That is a weird duck. That is a weird duck. Football-shaped body. 3 radial projections. 1 is vertical. I didn't see the vertical projection. Saw the 45 degrees this way and this way. Oh, maybe it means this way. Okay, yeah, if so, then I guess like the nose of the aircraft, so to speak. That is crazy. And this was in China. This was East China Sea. This one is Japan. 2023 in Japan. Infrared sensor aboard the U.S. military platform in 2023. 3 distinct areas of contrast, maintaining their positions generally within the center of the frame. Okay? And they're in fixed position and orientation relative to each other. Okay. Can you zoom in? Oh shit. They're flying in unison. This could be a group of 3 drones flying directly in unison. But that's some precision fucking flying, man. But it does stand out because it's very precisely close to each other. Super close to each other. Extremely close. That's cool. Very, I mean, if these are drones flying, you know, in tandem, this is extremely precise flying. They're also, if they're drones, they're weird looking drones. And this is taken in Japan, this footage. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting. I'll just let it play out, see if anything else happens. And they are kind of moving a little bit. Like, you know, this left one is getting a little farther away, sometimes a little closer, but it's still extremely close. These two seem the two on the right seem really much closer together. Almost like they're the same. Like, you know, attached somehow or something. But that is very cool. Okay. Indo-Pacom. I don't know what that means. Pacific Command, maybe? This is 1 minute 40 seconds. Position generally within the center of the frame. 2024 U.S. military platform. It doesn't really say anything about it. No description or anything. All right. All right, so we're back to glowy balls. This is a very out of focus glowy ball. This could be fucking anything. There's a lot of these. Most of the videos were like this. Very few of the videos were like much closer or much better contrast and things like that. Most of the videos were like these. Most of the videos. Not bad, but like, you know, just saying. Oh, no, this is the one moving to... Okay, we saw this. Yeah, this is the one moving through the fucking, the windmills. So this guy is moving fast and very maneuverable, and it was purposeful for sure. This could very easily be a drone. Though, to be fair, This is like from 4 years ago, right? Drones were a lot worse 4 years ago. The more agile, more advanced, like smaller and very high-end racing drones and stuff, those are much more recent. Like last year, this year. I feel like drones may not have been advanced enough to do this back then. But I don't know. And the video is consistent. Every time it moves behind one of the windmills, it does move behind the windmill. 2024. Oh, okay. My brain thought it was 2020. Okay, so 2024. That's recent enough. This is 2026. So this was taken literally January 1st, New Year's Day. 1 minute 50 seconds, ending with a banger. The sensor disengages from its previous area of focus and pans to the right to the left. 2 areas of contrast. Narrow field of view. Okay, widens the field of view. And then tracks some more. Okay. No information about it. And this was taken by the U.S. Army. Oh, shit. Was that it? So this guy, I think, was observing whatever this is. Whether it's a friendly aircraft or a not-so-friendly aircraft. A drone, perhaps, or something. And then something zips on top of it. And the guy who's observing is like, wait a second. Wait a second. What the fuck is this? I don't know if this is the contrast being shit or something, but it kind of looks like a couple of blobs of light together. Like there's a discernible gap in the middle. And it's definitely schmoving. This could very much be a drone. Because these could be points of light. And also the contrast isn't fucked up. The night looks dark. Ooh, it could be two. Like the other video, like I think what, like 2-3 videos ago, was like 3 possible aliens or drones in tandem, like really, really close to each other in formation. This could be 2 of them. Because it feels like they're not moving uniform. They're moving very close together, but not fully uniform. But we don't really have a sense of size or scale or distance here. So it is hard to tell. I do wish, like, they're probably redacted it because, you know, the numbers may have identifiers on them. But I do, like, every single, like, even normal, mundane commercial version of something like this, like a telescope or whatever, you know, they have some kind of, like, rangefinder. It'll at least tell you how far something is. Even if it's, like, just a general, like, you have zoomed in this much or something. There is no identifier here to see how far away this object is. This could also be a singular object with 2 lights on the side. Very interesting. Going through, trying to see. Okay, so he zoomed out. So this must be very far away. This gives me the feel of a drone. Like, I think this could be like a drone with 2 lights on the side. Like a jet-style drone or whatever. And we have those drones. Was that the last one? Yeah. That was the last one. And it didn't say where in North America this was. Now, these are the FBI photos. So the only change was the redactions. A uniform grainy texture with a central crosshair reticle. Small, dark, and slightly irregular object is visible just below. So the videos are done, and now it is pictures. Bro, this could be anything. That could very much be anything. Is this the same one? It is uniformly almost circle. That is very odd. That's not that crazy. Same one. Very, very similar. These images are far less exciting than the videos. I think this is the exact same object. And it's just multiple photos of it. Oops. Yeah, different areas perhaps. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you're seeing... Okay. This is different. That is different. So it could be like the same time, same object, and it's just like a different contrast. Yeah. But the last thing we're going to see is the moon pictures from Apollo. And see how this looks. Got everything ready. Just seeing. Coal miners coming up to see you. Okay, so I don't know what they're trying to say here. So CC is Charles Conrad. Okay, nothing up there. Oh, all of these are the same discussion. Here we go. Few bright particles or fragments or something that go drifting by as we maneuver. There's a whole bunch of big ones on my window down there, just bright. It looks like the 4th of July out of Ron's window. You can see some of them in shape. They're very jagged, angular fragments that are tumbling. Now we're getting into some interesting stuff. Technical briefing, okay. So nothing on this. Nothing on these. Oh, I have to download these entire pages. Okay, we'll do that some other time. I thought these would be more pictures. Okay, so we've seen this picture. That was the cylindrical picture. This is the blue. And you can clearly see these are the astronauts on the moon taking this picture. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. The zoom in obviously is new. Okay, do we see this one? Yeah, it's just two points of light. And one right here as well. Okay. Third one. And like, I feel like they're bringing these up because they're obviously, it's not like, you know, they're looking up and they see Saturn where it's supposed to be or whatever. Ooh. That's multiple different colors right next to each other. Reddish, orangish, and whitish. Very interesting. That's pretty cool. Huh. This one we saw. This is with the 5 different areas all at the same time. 5 highlighted areas of interest, exactly. The fact that it's so many is a lot. Like that's the weird part here. This is a 3. We already looked at that one earlier tonight. Papua New Guinea unclassified files. One from 1994 Kazakhstan. And that's it. That is all of the interesting pictures and videos. Nothing compares, though. Nothing compares to the possible angel. Biblically accurate angel. This is the craziest one, man. This is by far the craziest one. What do you guys think? What do you think? Do you believe in aliens? Do you think any of these are super convincing? Do you think this is the most convincing? I think this is maybe the most convincing one for me, but it could still be explained, of course. But, you know, technically, if you want to be disbelieving enough, any of them could be explained, for sure. But there was a few of them, like the cylindrical one with the bright lights that was winking in and out of existence. That one was also weird. There have been a few very odd ones. The cylindrical object that was like a disc is one of the later ones. That one was very odd. There was a few of these that were just like, The one that's going 500 miles an hour, that one was fucking weird. There was a lot of them. But what do you guys think? If you guys would like to see more of this, be sure to give this video a like, this channel a sub, share it with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Normally we cover lots of fun gaming discussions. But regardless, I hope you guys had a lot of fun tonight with this. I certainly did. I would have been looking at this alone with my lights off, just like, you know, fucking pouring over it like a, you know, conspiracy theorist or whatever. But I'm very glad to have been able to do this with you guys, and would love to cover this again very, very soon. I think this was very interesting. I think nothing has really disproven aliens. I will say that. Especially like Obama's little discussion stuff. I was like, bro, you are doing the worst job of trying to convince me that aliens don't exist, if that's your intent here, man. Holy shit. I don't think he even believed it when he said it, man. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next video.